Good morning. Bright and early on a Thursday morning, isn't it, Steve? Say good morning, Steve.
Morning, Steve.
Cigarette hanging out his mouth. Say good morning, Lucy. Hey, puppy. Right, we've just been in, knocked out all the wedges and spacers upstairs. We're gonna get some stuff in. Steve's gonna start scrubbing down. I'm gonna start mounting some radiators, some towel rails. So I'm gonna get all the drilling, all the holes out the way while he's cleaning down, just so we're not mixing it in with the grout. So yeah, let's go get that going. Hey, Luce. Yeah? Is that a good plan? Nice. Right, I'm just going to set out for this towel rail. 240. So the bottom of our radiator is 240. These ones are quite easy because you can literally just center out from your pipe that comes up the floor and it's dead in line with one side of your brackets. So the bottom of our radiator is at 240 for the bracket. So that's where we want the bottom of our radiator to be. And then we're going to come up for the bracket another 250 mil. So that'll be our first mount. Makes sense, doesn't it? Something like that, Steve. I've just got this toilet in. I did try and film putting it in, but the camera cut out, so I don't really know what I'm going to do at the moment between putting the camera on my head, because I just can't see when it's being filmed or not. So this is where we're at anyway. I've just put this in, it's just loosely in at the moment but connected. I've just put these 2 extra braces across the back just so I've got something to fix the system to. This is all in and working. I'm just going to drill a hole through this tile here for our buttons go in. And then I can put the lid on and then we can call that bit done. Steve's still cleaning. Hey, Steve.
I am indeed.
Doing a good job, so we're almost ready for grouting. So I'm going to get this on and then I'll set it up on a little time lapse for when we grout. We'll just grout it all in one go.
Just that corner where the toilet is and the other tree.
Yeah, nice. Right, see you in a minute. Right, throwing some grout around, haven't we, Steve?
Literally.
Literally, apart from the floor, we'll do the floor last because I want to get the basin in today and I want to get this towel rail up. The towel this side, I'm gonna have to order another one because it's actually too tall and it hits the ceiling. So that was a little flaw in the design. So I'm gonna get one that's slightly shorter, just so I can keep the bottoms of them the same height at least. Yeah. Just having a wipe down on the walls now. Just gotta wait for it to dry a little bit more, and then we can wash the rest of the residual grout off. And then I think we'll bring the basin in and start mounting the basin up, shall we?
Yeah.
Toilet and everything's in, so that's all in and working now. Buttons in there too. Yeah, start piecing some stuff together. Cool. Right, let's do it. Right. It's not very good, is it, Steve?
No.
We don't have a basin. We don't have a basin or a vanity unit here on the order, which is great. And nobody seems to be answering their phone, so I don't know when I can get one out either, which isn't ideal. So at the moment, I'm just going to move on to piping this towel wire up, getting the pipes connected, just so I can get the system filled back up and get some heating back on. So we'll get on with that, and then we'll go out the floor. I suppose Steve's just cleaning up now, scrubbing the floor where he belongs.
Cinderella will go to the ball.
Right, radiator. Not entirely sure. Well, once again, we've got a different colour radiator valve for a radiator. So we've got chrome valves for a black rad. And nothing to do with me, is it, Steve? No. Should just keep my mouth shut. For doing towel rolls, I always use liquid PTFE. It seems to be the best. Like over any type of PTFE for sealing up, you're always, I find anyway, that using PTFE on these types of fittings, it's always 50-50 whether they're gonna leak or not. And ever since I started using this, I've had 0 of them leak. So watch me eat those words when I fire this back up. For a bathroom, and I had an email yesterday from her to say that she was happy with the quote and everything, but she's decided to go with somebody cheaper.
Good luck to her. Well, if they want to go for cheaper,
Ted.
we just have to respect their budget.
Yeah, well, this is it, but she started it off really well and telling me how she liked the quote and how everything was laid out, because I like to do a breakdown of everything, and how much confidence they had in me when I was explaining everything that we would need to do, and then followed it up by saying we've actually found somebody cheaper, so we've gone with that. So best of luck, and I do wish them all the best.
Did you let her know that we do set other people's work right?
Yeah, and I hope it does work out for her, to be honest. But
So was she hoping that you turn around and honour their quote?
yeah, I did wonder whether they were just asking to see if I would say, actually, no, I can do it for cheaper. But that's not the way of the world, is it?
No.
Unfortunately, my price is my price, and I'm not going to undercut myself just for the sake of somebody's budget. If you can't afford me, then you can't afford me.
Pay cheap, get cheap.
Exactly. And I think actually what they say is pay cheap, pay twice, but
Yeah.
best of luck to them, to be honest. because I'm sure there are a load of people out there that can do a lot of things cheaper and be just as good, or if not better. But it's just the way the business rolls, isn't it? I need to make that certain income to be able to roll over.
Well, that's it, that you have your overhead costs and do everything, do it cheaper.
Yeah, best of luck. So, no bitterness here. I've actually got so much work anyway, and such a constant, relentless end of emails of people asking me if I can do their work, that I'm not particularly worried if somebody turns around and said, well, actually I found somebody cheaper, because it would kind of help me out a little bit, because then I don't actually feel obliged to do that job when I've got so much as it is. So yeah, it's nice to be in that position. It's not always been that way. It's definitely not always been that way, especially with Steve. He takes all my money.
And take what I'm owed.
Alright, this is in. I just got to pick up some caps for the pipes so we can straighten those up so they look a bit better, so, rather than the kink that they're at the moment. So that will change, but at the moment they'll be in. I can go and fill the heating system back up so it's working, because it's actually quite cold today. It's actually really bloody cold today. I'm starting to get a bit cold. Steve, cold?
It's only 5 degrees outside.
Oh, it's not actually that cold, but it feels it. Yeah, I suppose so.
I know most people think it's cold all the time, but
generally I'm pretty warm. I don't really get cold. I tend to be quite hot most of the time. The driveway is finished, by the way, so we are actually able to park back in the drive, which is nice. Look at the state of the van. It's filthy. It's all this driving. It's taken forever. But at the moment we seem to be driving for like 2.5 hours a day, which is actually a lot. Round trip. Just a bit excessive, to be honest. This is our last job that's quite far away, so for the next few months we're quite local, which is nice. I will stick some inhibitor back in the system, but obviously I've got to drain it down again yet for the other radiator. Taking forever. Oh, there's another board there. NRCB board. God, this place has got 3 boards. So they've got... that one must be a car charger, imagine, from the Tesla out the front. Water heater. So that must be an old RCD for the boiler. And then there's a timer on it, and then there's a board the other side which has actually got a blown fuse in it, which blew yesterday, so they say. But it's an old original board, so an old fuse wire board that's been changed for breakers. So really it needs a new board. Literally just flushed the toilet, so actually there's not actually enough water pressure in this house to fill the toilet and to fill the boiler at the same time, which is great. It's just at a standstill. It's not actually letting any water in, so I have to wait for that to fill up a second. God, struggling to fill that up. There's really bad water pressure, because we're only pushing up to a bar, so that means main incoming water pressure is only about a bar from the road, which is a bit rubbish, really. Steve's all prepped and ready to start some grouting on the floor. Just get the rest of this air out. There shouldn't be a lot left in here. He says he's all ready. Ain't brought me any more grout though, has he? In here, some white, hopefully. Gunmetal. White. Normally grouting floors, I tend to make the grout slightly wetter, just so it pours in and gets full depth really, more than anything. Yeah, I mean, it's just really, I just always just gauge this sort of stuff by eye. Adhesives and things, we do it, we measure it out, but with grouts I just kind of do it by feel. You kind of, once you mix up a few hundred kilos, you kind of get used to it, to be honest. Or a few thousand kilos probably at this point. And just pour a load out. The second you get a load of grout down on anything, it just changes the appearance entirely on just everything so fast. And it's the same again once you seal everything up. It just all looks unfinished until you seal everything up, and then it just changes the whole room again. Thanks, Steve.
Sorry, mate.
When you start sealing up and grouting, it just changes the appearance of the room like massively.
Massively, yeah.
So it always looks a bit. Sometimes I look at stuff and I think it just looks a bit pants, but actually it's literally because you're focusing your eyes on the empty grout lines. No, I want hot water, please.
I want to.
Well, I remember that when you weren't paying. Say again?
So if they can hear me, does anybody else have to deal with bullying in the workplace?
Bullying? I thought you were born in the 80s.
There's no flakes here.
Yeah, you need to go drink a can of Man Up.
Well, that's giving me the man up. Will you the man with warm water?
Yeah, I do want warm water. Hang out. Floor's grouted. Leave it go off for 10 minutes.
Hey,
Give it a wipe down and we're good. Yo.
did you get the one on the wall?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Got it. It's a bit unfortunate about the basin. I need to find out what's happening about that. And then obviously the towel rail as well. It's just one of those things, isn't it? I moan about this quite often, where just things aren't organised. And they're not my responsibility to organise them. But hey ho. It is what it is. Right. Get some water and we can give this a wipe down. I've just given this all a good wipe down now. We'll clean out all the residual grout. It's looking quite good. There are a couple of little spots just where it's just sinking that we'll have to touch up tomorrow, but that's no big issue. So, yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. I'm just going to go pack the van up and put everything away. So, yeah. Yeah. We are done for the day. Just gonna lock this gate up. Steve's just locking the house up. Locking the back door up, make sure it's all secure. And we are done. So, say goodbye, Steve.
Goodbye, Steve. Like and subscribe.
See you in the morning. Goodbye.